Okay, we'll begin. Finally. Right? So income tax we have completed a long battle, long journey, almost 150, almost 160 hours of only income tax. Okay? So it is a very actually disproportionate situation. Disproportionate why? Marks wise, okay, income tax is 60, GST is 40. Hours wise, when we actually complete the syllabus, what we analyze, income tax is almost 160 hours and GST is only 40 hours. Cumulative for the matter of, you can say, subject of 100 marks, we require 200 marks. But the proportion of time required for completion of syllabus is very disproportionate. Almost 1 is to what, 4? Sorry, either 1 is to 4. Correct? But the ratio is what? 2 is to 3 in case of your this weightage. Correct? So time wise, we require very less time for GST, but it should be like taken as an opportunity for you. That if the time required to complete GST is very less and it covers 40 marks, then you should look at it in a better way, in a good way. Just like in your law syllabus. Company law we have 10 chapters, 148 sections and all of that, only for again 60 marks. But other laws you have only 4 chapters but for 40 marks. So something similar may happen even in other laws. You may take less time for completion, yes, as well as studies. So that you should focus on those 40 marks very strongly. I'm not saying GST is very easy, but GST is very dynamic, very extremely dynamic. You understand meaning of the word dynamic? Not dynamite. It is as good as dynamic because it is dynamic. What do you mean by dynamic? At large. Chameleon, you know, keeps on changing, very changing in nature. Unstable. Like any unstable. At least income tax, I think I might have told you, changes once in a year. Unless the government is not performing well, the economy is down, so finance minister has to come between in the financial year and then announce some kind of promotions or subsidies. Or we have seen in income tax also, the rate of taxation of companies were reduced from 25% to 22% and so on and so. That was something between the year. So income tax is usually doesn't change between the year. It is on year-to-year basis. Where it happens changes in income tax? In budget. GST law is there. Similarly, when you have budget of income tax, in that same budget, important changes of GST are also taking place. But GST is so unstable that it keeps on changing on daily or even weekly basis. Okay? So whatever you are going to learn in GST, keep that in mind. There will be again lots of changes till your examination time period. Fine? Now, one thing I have told you, examinations in whatever 2020, etc. Yes? If you have made 2020 examination, what is the cutoff date for your amendments, applicability? October 2019. Your exam is in May, so not 6 months from May. It is cutoff date is actually April. Means what I'm trying to tell you is the month of examination is excluded, and from that when you come back 6 months. So last 6 months it is free. So that is not part of your syllabus. So your cutoff date is October 2019 for May examinations. If a student is giving exam in November 2020, then April, bachcho. No common sense here. 1 month before November examination. So for November exam, 1 month before of the May examination. Oh wow, very good. So here we have April 2020 cutoff dates. Amendments. This logic is common for all the subjects at all the levels. It can be accounting also, if at all there is some changes as per law. Company law, other law, GST, income tax, whatever it is. Are you following here? So last 6 months, whatever is the amendment, before that everything is part of your syllabus. But still, changes will be happening. Fine. Now in GST, one important thing you have to understand is what you should actually rely on is ICAI study material. Okay. So as soon as you have started with GST today, let us say, okay, hopefully you have registered for CA intermediate. You have registered for CA inter. Yes. Have you ordered for books? Yes. So you should start from day one itself. Start reading ICAI material. It is actually a good material. There was a time when ICAI material was used as dumbbells, okay, or paperweight only. But now they have revamped the notes very well. So please refer that notes. Okay, ICAI study material. Point number 1. Point number 2. In every examination, ICAI again comes up with statutory update for each exam. Okay, are you following what is happening? For each examination, I have told you many times, maybe in law also, company law also, the material is printed on a particular date. Whose material? ICAI's material is printed on a particular date. So whatever changes is happening after the printing date, edition date, they give all those details as a statutory update, okay, for that particular subject. Company law or even income tax, they cover in RTP. RTP, remember? Revision test papers. Yes. So whenever you have your examinations, May or November 2020, these 3 things you should cover. Okay. In classes, we will be covering the ICAI study material. We will be understanding the concepts, but numbers will keep on changing. Some due dates here and there will keep on changing. For the final applicability, what is relevant to you, you have to rely on these 2 things. Are you following clear? Yes. In the last exam also, some student had messaged me just 3-4 hours before income tax, I mean this taxation examination. Main examination is just 3-4 hours before in the morning. That as per our material, gratuity limit is 20 lakhs. And as per ICAI material, it is still 10 lakhs, what to do? And one of the bright students in class. Very surprising actually scenario. Now when I am telling you the ICAI material is printed many months back, it will not update on its own, no? So you should always keep in mind the statutory updates are given where. And see, all these 3 things are available where? ICAI website. Are you aware of that? ICAI.org. Then students in Board of Studies Knowledge Portal. In Board of Studies Knowledge Portal, CA Intermediate. Click on the paper. Which paper is this now? Paper number 4. And now they have distributed in that also properly. Are you following here? So you see RTP, mock test papers, ICAI material also. They have exam year wise also. Even right now today, you will see 2000 study material also as well as 2020 study material also. Are you following here? So yes, it is a very dynamic law or very dynamic syllabus. Is it okay till here? Fine. So goods and service tax or GST, as we now call it, was also very proudly called by our Prime Minister as good and simple tax. Okay, very simply it was known to be, or it was supposed to be good and simple tax. And the opposition was calling it as what? Are you aware of it? Gabbar Singh tax. Okay. So somebody was trying to say very good things about it. Somebody was trying to say very bad things about it. Practically, the purpose is good. The execution is very bad. The purpose or law is still fine or okay. Execution, you understand? Execution means implementation is horrible. Okay? You know that Bajaj Auto, na? Bajaj, who's MD or I don't know, there is one Rahul Bajaj, correct? And his son is known as what? What is his name? Rahul Bajaj is the main MD, no, I think. And then his son, who handles actually, he's young. Main owner is old. And his son actually handles that business, automobile business also. And he had also said that, commenting about GST, if your law is so clear or if your planning is so beautiful, the GST implementation should have been like a hot knife cutting the butter. Hot knife cutting the butter. Bouncer जा रहा है सर? कुछ समझ रहे हैं? मतलब क्या? It should be very very smooth. It should be so smooth. If your planning was good, but planning was not very good. Because the government wanted to do some dynamic changes in the country, and they have done that. Demonetization, GST, JNK. Yes or no? GST was one of it, and we were all our piggy banks. We were not piggy banks. What do you call them? Piggy only. No? What do we call them? those people on which we do trials, correct? And on us, dummy. Okay. On those people, those trials are done. And GST is also tried on us, but year on year, month on month, they are trying to do some now improvements and bring it on actually track. Okay. So yes, it is a good tax. Agreed. Implementation, if you will actually later on practically you will understand in articleship, it is still a pain. Okay. And every law, everyone, now pay attention. Every law has two sets, if you remember. One is act, another is rules. Yes or no? And rules mainly helps you in implementation part. Everyone okay till here? Fine. Now, when I go back into the basics, why are we doing this? Why is all of that? You have to again revise yourself with the types of taxes. Very smart. Direct and indirect. Okay, good. Quickly tell me differences. Direct means direct, indirect means indirect. Assessee himself directly pays to the government. Your indirect taxes, it is collected by someone and then paid to government on the behalf of a person. Correct. Then commodity on items. Okay, and an income. Very good. Not a bad point. Very good point. This is on income. And this is on commodity or yes. I think I have told you this. Expenditure. So it is income based tax and that is expenditure based tax. Simple. The more you spend, the more is the GDP, the more should be the collection. Logically, are you following here? Good. What else? This cannot be transferred. It is the liability is on the same person. Very good. The burden is not shifted. In indirect tax, the burden is shifted. Right, he pays the tax. What else? You have to come now. अभी चालू किया है. Just start. Wait for 15-20 minutes. I'll see. If I get clear, I'll call you. Good. Higher the income, higher the tax. So in GST or indirect taxes, sorry, higher the expenditure, higher the tax. Subco equal, yes. So what is actually the net effect of it? Lower and rich pays at same rate of tax. This is unbiased. Okay, good. That's why. What is the effect of that? Progressive and regressive.
No,
Direct tax is progressive and indirect tax is regressive. Regressive means backward, progressive means good or forward. Why? Because of this, what you said just now. Higher the income, higher the tax. That means very common sense. If a person is not earning income, somebody like you, you're not paying income tax, but somebody like you again may spend. So whatever you spend on petrol or food, the tax you are contributing. Let us say you fill petrol rupees 100, you purchase goods of rupees 100, or you spend in the restaurant of rupees 100. The tax amount which you paid, irrespective of your income capability, the other person is also paying same amount of tax. Yes. So that's why when petrol price increases, actually it hits or it affects middle class person or lower class person also when indirect taxes increase. Yes. What else? Now pay attention. If tax rate increases, what do you think is the effect on both the sides, direct and indirect? Yes. Here everyone is affected. If tax rates, I am talking about both, direct tax rates increase and indirect taxes rates increase. Direct taxes rates increase, we have seen that in slab rates also. It is very logical or good. It is given in slab rates, it is given in surcharge. Surcharge also now has slab rates. So that is very logical, that is good. Higher the income, higher the tax. So even if you are having tax rate is higher or it is, you can see increase, higher income will be taxed at higher rate and lower income will be taxed at lower rate. Yes? And even if you see on a regular basis, the income tax rates, the basic exemption limits were initially 1 lakh or just 1,50,000 or just 2 lakhs. Till now, in so many years, now it has reached up to 2.5 lakhs. And you will see, if the net taxable income is just up to 5 lakhs, there is no tax liability. So they are giving that those people, those who are not earning much of income, there is no tax, almost up to 5 lakhs. But even if you spend 1 lakh rupees, you may have to pay indirect tax. That is irrespective of your income. So pay attention. What happens is, very simple case. This is a good example of diesel. Okay, diesel prices increase. Why price increase? Because tax rate increase. Okay, maybe even your purchase price or import price may increase. That also later on I'll tell you that how much is the rate today? Diesel rate 70, round figure. Not much difference between petrol and diesel these days as it is now. 70. Almost the selling price is only 35. How? And here both are shade zero. Shade zero कौन से वाले? State government and central government are eating up on the taxes. 100% tax. Almost 100% tax, because state government also wants tax, central government also wants tax. If you check the cost price and all of that, all the figure is very less. And this from 35 to 70 is almost because of taxes. How much is the rate? I mean, in this example, it can be close to 100%. There are many taxes involved now on diesel. That is why you will see some ministers talking little bit that diesel should also be covered under GST, because under GST we have the highest GST rate of only 28%. Where 28% and where 100%? We can still get diesel at 50 rupees also, 35 plus 28%, whatever it might come. Are you following you? That is still possible. 44. In the current immediate situation, without changing the basic structure of diesel or cost, what are we changing? Only the taxation. As of today, you can get that at 45 whatever. Why are they not doing it? Simple. Who will lose on their own income? No? So government is not actually right now very actively reducing taxation on diesel. Okay, there are some items and all of that we will discuss. Till here you understood. I was talking about diesel. It is a commodity. Yes, it is a commodity. And GST is applicable on sale of goods or sale of services or sale of goods, both goods as well as services. What I'm saying, GST is sale, or it is a tax on sale, or basically expenditure. Income tax is tax on income. Indirect tax is tax on expenditure. So tax levied on sale of goods or services or both. That will be your GST. Okay. So now when diesel is sold, okay, and if the tax rates of diesel increases, I follow it here, tax rate of diesel increases, your entire economy is affected. True or false? How? This example actually I had given you. How it affect you? Diesel price increase. You don't use diesel, do you? No. Yes. So what? What is the change? Correct. Good. So what? Yes. Very good. Okay. Very good. Profit will reduce, cost will increase. How will they recover? How will they recover the higher cost? Will the businessman go in loss because diesel rates or taxes have increased? Simple sense. If a person has decided, pay attention. If a business person has decided he wants 10% net profit, he wants 10% net profit, correct? And because of these things, the cost is increasing. Will he voluntarily reduce his net profit? What will he simply do? use common sense. You will increase the selling price. Increase the selling price means whose burden has increased actually? The customer, the buyer's burden has increased. That means it is just shifted on the customer. The higher expenditure is shifted on the customer. And generally, when all the prices increases in the economy, we call it as inflation. So indirect taxes ignite inflation. Or if indirect taxes increase, it automatically reacts into what? Increase in inflation. Are you following me? No. Diesel used in transport of agricultural produce also. That's what I was asking. How it affects you? Each and every good you buy, consume, even if you go to a restaurant or you buy vegetables at home. If milk also comes at your home, it affects you. Your sales, your buying price increases. It affects no. You can say without any bias, no. Doesn't a normal poor person, even below poverty line person, doesn't he require food to eat? But food can get costly because of higher taxes, the basic transportation cost may increase. Are you following here? And again, I think I told you this. Diesel is also used in luxury cars. Yes. So the person using diesel as luxury or as an input for luxury car, and the person who is using diesel in transport, that is truck, let us say, both of them, irrespective of their income, are paying same amount of tax or same percentage of tax. Are the transporters getting some subsidy in diesel? No. Are you charging the luxury car owners something extra to recover for diesel? No. Are you following here? So there is no bias over here. So when we say no bias, doesn't mean it is good. In fact, it is bad, practically, isn't it? Because you are recovering irrespective of their capacity. Understood here? So income tax is based on income, indirect taxes are based on expenditure base. Clear to you? The burden is shifted where in which tax? Burden is shifted in indirect taxes. Have you yourself paid to the government?
No.
Any of you? Never. You have not gone to income tax website or GST website and paid taxes. But throughout your life, whenever you are spending, you have paid taxes. The closest example is sitting in this classroom. You paid academic collected GST 18%. GST did what? I mean, the academic collected that money, it is not their income. So this also has your reference to income tax. GST collected is not their income. The academic just becomes an agent collecting from your behalf. You have paid taxes to government through the academy. Clear or not? Yes. So similarly, when now tomorrow, simple now, if tomorrow government increases tax rates, we have to collect higher tax rate. You have to pay higher or no? Isn't it? That's why you will always see academy has a bench price. This is your tuition fees. Now over and above that, if tomorrow government reduces to 10% or 20% or whatever it is, that is how it will be collected. But it affects the final customer. Whenever you purchase the mobile phone, a laptop, electronics, you're recharging your phones, every time you're paying taxes, either knowingly or unknowingly. If you go to some higher restaurants, some better restaurants also, you are contributing to the taxes if you check the bill or invoice. Clear till here? Fine? Okay. So the question is, why GST? So we have to see what was there before GST. Is it okay to let me follow? Yes? Okay. So it is first of all an expenditure based on this tax. This much is clear, everyone? Okay. Before scenario, we had and we still have excise duty. We had, we still have. Still there. It is not completely evaporated or eroded. It is still there. Excise. It was on production. Excise was on production, or excise duty was charged on production. Production means manufacturing. In income tax, did we discuss some cases of manufacturing? Was it in PGBP or agriculture? PGBP. First table in PGBP, I think, is of manufacturing. Business means what? Profession means what? Business includes trading and manufacturing. and then manufacturing was defined as change in object or change in nature. Then I gave you some examples. No? Then, how do you, in simple language, Satya, manufacturing means production, and production means manufacturing. Satya, I'll give you a nickname, which I cannot say on. Bolo. But you are not Satya, no? Transformation. Yes. Transformation means production, means manufacturing. Okay. Transformation means what? Change. Very good. अरे वाह, ऐसा किया. पाटिल ने कैसा? ऐसा किया. Change. Good. Change in what? Form or nature or characteristics of something. Matter is what? Matter is something. Again. So we are doing something over here, and because of that there is a change in input to output. That is what you are doing in costing, I think. Yes or no? Very good. And by change, I gave you in that time also, remember, 2 tests. One was name test, another was use test. Okay? Name test means simply now pay attention. I am just writing your input and output. Fine. Now, correct. Is there a change or not? Now, whenever you are putting something in input and then something is coming in output, whether both of them are called with same name only or different name. If they are called by different name, there is a transformation. No, not that way. That is a general term. The actual, what is material is actually going into it. Okay? Crude. You might have done this example. Crude oil. What happens with that? Purification. Petrol, diesel, kerosene. And further purification. ATF. White petrol. White petrol not good. They. Very good. Aeroplane. White petrol is an aeroplane. You also know this race driving. Boom, F1. Yes or no? They are as good as engines only, jet engines only. One or 130. That is the next breakdown. Even F1 cars use best of the petrol, no? That even that is over there, it is used white petrol, or it is known as aviation turbine fuel. That also we will learn. Sachin Tendulkar had got that car, you know that? Ferrari. So he didn't have petrol station, that petrol pump only. Very limited petrol pumps where he could get that type of fuel. Then later on sold it also, something happened. Anyways, so output can be n number. Yes. So petrol, kerosene, diesel, whatever it is, air turbine fuel. Are they called with different names? There is a transformation. As well as use. Crude oil may not be used in every, you can say, machine. Do you fill in your bike crude oil or do you fill petrol or diesel? Petrol or diesel. So can we use crude oil instead of petrol? Even if petrol is coming from crude oil? No. You may also have engine oil. No. Can you put engine oil as a fuel? No. Can you put petrol as engine oil? No. So use is also different. Yes. Another example I am giving, if you remember, quarry stones. क्या बोला तुमने? Stone of quarries. Quarries का stone और कुछ? Anybody? क्या यार? नहीं याद आ रहा? हाँ, marble का. Correct. Quarry stones. What do you get here? Tiles, farshi, whatever you call it. Kadappa. Not Kadappa. Black marble, green marble, Italian marble. Then ultimately what? Just the slice of stone. Correct or not? So what you get? Those slices of stone directly from mountains. Directly from mountains. Slice of stone. Nice. You get stone. Very good. You get a big rock off from the quarry or mountains or hills, whatever. Yes? Shh. So a big stone into a marble. Yes. They may be known differently. Again, there may be some grading. Grading means they're polished or not, unpolished, and chemical is put or not in that. Shining her. Okay. Just like it. Correct. Correct. And then they are known differently and used also differently. So even see, basic structure is not much changing, but you're giving some beautification to it or whatever. But still, that was treated as manufacturing. And pay attention. Now, whenever manufacturing happens, on that we used to levy or charge excise duty. That was entire now. The example was actually for excise duty. So all the manufacturers, excise duty was leviable who on who? Manufacturers, not of service, of goods. There are only two industries in the world: goods or services. Selling goods or selling services. Third can be yes of both goods as well as services. Are you following till here? Tata Motors, क्या दोनों देते हैं. Which concept? Tata Motors is TCS. I said Tata Motors. I said Tata Motors. I was going to come to TCS. Okay, good. See, he knows better. Tata Motors provides or sells mainly, but their main income, 90% of income will be from services or goods. Goods. Sale of goods. Cars. Yes, automobiles or whatever. Huh? Iron and steel. Tata Steel. Now, even that is production. Or you can say goods. Correct? Manufacturing. But TCS, again in that example, Tata Consulting Services will be that business is completely on service. Yes or no? So many interesting later on things also come into picture. Shh. Which you will later on study maybe. Whether electricity is good or a service. Whether software is a good or service. Again, you may think, or even internet lease line, telephone, and all of that. These are interesting situations where you have to research. So there may or may not be direct answer. For that, you have to refer to GST law or those respective laws, whether it is a good or service. Are you volunteer here? So these things actually happen. Anyway, so what we had earlier? Excise duty only on production of goods, manufacturing of goods. That pan masala, liquor, and all of that, that was still, it was actually big industry on which excise was levied. Pay attention. Shh. Only authority to collect excise duty was central government. Okay. Now manufacturing can happen anywhere in India. Manufacturing can happen anywhere in India, correct? But the taxes were collected by central government only on production. Yes. Second, something similar but something else. Elaborate. It was earlier also known as sales tax. Tell me, excise duty was levied on production. Excise duty was levied on. Levied means charge on production. Production means manufacturing. Clear? Of goods. Absolutely clear. Value-added tax or VAT is nothing but a sales tax. That means tax levied on sales. A person who is capable of selling, who has to charge tax. Understood earlier? Fine. It was known as earlier sales tax. But that was not collected by central government. It was collected only by state government. Correct? We learned a little bit in law also, maybe in income tax also. There were 3 lists. We have 2-tier system. 2-tier. What's a tier? Central government and state government. But we have those 3 lists. Did we read somewhere or no? Income tax also we have learned in first chapter of income tax, by the way. And maybe in other laws we might have read that also. But there is absolute bifurcation of duties and rights. Both. Duties and rights, absolute bifurcation between state and central. And something is put as common for both. Yes or no? Correct. Your police dress of state-wise is different. Your motor vehicle registration state-wise is different. Some of the other rules state-wise are different. Yes or no? But something is common at and all the states. That is because of central as well as state government's bifurcation. So list 1 is known as what? Union list. Remember something? This is all part of notes also. I am just discussing now. Later on you can read. List 1 is what? For union list. Means what? Where we had the first reference of union list? Only they can levy. They have the authority. Union entry number something for income tax. Entry number 82. That is mentioned in list 1. That's why in income tax, first chapter we have this. We have learned that. That's why only central government can charge income tax. Yes. Does state government get any share in income tax? No. Correct or wrong? Good. So this is union list. Okay. List 2 is state list. That means absolute authority of state government only. So there can be many matters. Yes. And value added tax is one of it. Okay. Value added tax or VAT. Absolute authority only of state government. Now you tell me simply, if this was not part of state list, what would have happened? The states would have to always beg to the central to get funds. They will lose little bit of their autonomy. Everything runs on money. If they don't have their own money, then they will always be dependent on central government. And very nice. If the central and state government are opposite parties, then none. That's why people always prefer that state and central government should have same parties or same government, isn't it? But that's why to have their own autonomy or freedom, VAT is there as list 2. Okay, state list. And that is also the reason every state, you can say, made their own laws because it was state specific. Okay. So in Maharashtra we had M-VAT, Maharashtra VAT. Karnataka, K-VAT. Gujarat, G-VAT. Delhi, and so on. Every state had its own law for VAT. That's why every state was a little bit free to, you can say, decide on the tax rate. If Maharashtra had, let us say, on a particular item 5%, Karnataka may have 4%, Gujarat may have 6%, and so on. That means on the same commodity, there was no uniformity in the tax rates. Important till here. So again, that is another problem. Clear till here? Okay. Whose authority? For VAT? State. So here, whether CG will be there? No. Good. And list 3 is known as what? Very good. Concurrent list. That means common for both state as well as central. Now this is all administration part. Over there taxation is not important. But list 1, state government has no share at all. List 2, central government has no share at all. Done here. Second law is done. Which one? VAT. Levied on sales. Clear till here? So before 1st July 2017, whichever invoices you can find for purchase of goods. For what? Sales. It is sales tax. Somebody is buying. So a person who is buying, he is paying tax on his own purchase. So whatever tax was levied on purchase, whichever invoices you will have before that date, you will see VAT will be there. So there is what? VAT. Understood here? So VAT was levied state-wise. Fine. Now tell me. Similarly, let us take any item. Chair. Chalega? Simple example. Chair. Will you do production or not of this chair? You are, let us say you are a seller of chair, manufacturer and seller. Now tell me which all taxes will be applicable. Excise is applicable. Why? This much one. Very good. You manufacture. Out of whatever material, it is a wooden chair or steel chair or aluminum chair or whatever chair. Correct? You manufacture from one input to another input, and now it is called as chair. Then excise was levied on production. You produced, pay excise, finish. You sell or not sell, that is not a concern. That is not our concern. Go ahead, don't worry. Got it? On production, excise will be charged. Simple. You sell or not sell, you keep it as closing stock, you burn it, whatever you do, we don't care. Excise was charged. Now, when will VAT come into picture? Very good. When it is sold. In that case, on sale, VAT will be applicable. Why? Now check again. Excise will go to VAT will go to, and the conflict is what we are studying here. That's why it is now absolutely very important to bifurcate between state and central. Third party will come into picture, union territory, different story. Okay, keep in mind. Now on the same, now both of them are hungry for tax. Who? Central also, state government also. Now the seller has decided that before taxes I want to sell it 100. Before taxes, now you are following what I am trying to say. Before taxes, my sale price is 100. If only VAT was applicable, small amount of tax. If only excise was applicable, small amount of tax. But now unfortunately, both are applicable because both want their share of taxes. So he has to charge what? Excise plus VAT. This contributed to inflation or not? Yes. Is it clear till here? So there was a double kind of taxation on same commodity. One on production, another on sale. Clear till here? Again, the share is going to separate parties. Clear till here, everyone? Good. Third, indirect tax. Thanks to Mr. Manmohan Singh, 1994, economy was recovering after which year? 1991, isn't it? Economy was recovering. So in 1994, in the Finance Act of 1994, he brought the new concept of something to replicate or duplicate excise duty. Excise was a manufacturing. What do you manufacture? Goods. So you can manufacture in a way or sell services. So sale of services. On that you have to charge service tax. Sale of services. Like people like professionals like you and me. When you sell services, you have to collect service tax. So even before GST, our invoices were what? Academy's invoices were all service tax. We were collecting service tax. 10%, 12%, all of that, and 14%, 15%, because we were getting used to GST of 18%. Okay? Is it clear everyone? Yes? Okay, so it is on sale of service. Again, only ownership or authority. CG. Until here? Clear? Now check. So service tax will be applicable on what? Sale of services. Now check. A manufacturer. Okay? Manufacturing plant and machinery. Isn't it? He may say, I will manufacture a plant. He has to sell it or not. So by default, what will happen? Excise and VAT will come into picture. Correct? Buyer wants, customer wants installation at his premises. He wants transport at his premises. He wants insurance covered on that transport. He wants installation also, everything. Installation will not happen on its own. We need to again provide professionals or technicals, or we need basically labor for that. Yes? That's why on single invoice you used to have excise duty on production, VAT on sales, and service tax on provision of service. Unnecessary multiple taxes. Clear till here? Now, another challenge. If you remember a little bit of income tax, bachcho, company law, forget company law. Income tax, tell me what are due dates do you remember? What are compliance do you remember in income tax only? One law only, income tax, only income tax. Is there 139.1? 139 income tax return? Good. What else? Assume you are a company, plant and machinery manufacturer, assume is a company. TDS, company tan deductor, tan always, deductor always. Then quarterly TDS return. Yes, good. And there, obviously, form 16 and 16A or whatever. Yes. What else? Will make profits or not? Company. Advance tax. All that compliances now. Yes or no? Correct? And all these returns you will have to file regular. Quarterly will be paying advance tax, quarterly will be doing TDS, TCS returns. Then again, all of these compliances is all basically what? Compliance. Pay attention now. This is only for income tax. Only for right now income tax. Excise, pay attention, is a separate act. Excise duty or excise was a separate act. Okay. Service tax, separate act. VAT, separate act. लग गई. Harassment of the taxpayer, importantly professional. He had to manage all this for a year. That means if you have a manufacturer client, you learn everything in your life. That's why even for articleship students prefer or check whether there is a manufacturer or not in the client of the CA. You learn basically. You used to learn a lot, you now also will learn because now these all three are merged. Now tell me simply, VAT you have to deal with which authorities? State government, very good. I think I told you example of state government departments. Very posh, very clean. है ना? नहीं ना? State government. Okay, so dealing with state government is one level of patience you require. Okay. Service tax and excise, you can say department, much better. Income tax also very good because they are at central level. They are much polished, much clean, much organized compared to state. That is the honesty. That is the truth. Okay. But still, excise is still separate department. Service tax is still separate department. You're dealing with just for one transaction. You're dealing with three separate authorities, three separate assessment, three different litigations. It was not at all ease of doing business. Dealing with such three, you can say different departments itself was a challenge. And three different laws, that's why three different compliances. Monthly returns, quarterly returns, reconciliations, demands, notices, state government, ekdam gone case. At times it happens, at times officers do not know the law very properly. It was a big headache, big challenge. Okay, are you following here? So ultimately there is one more challenge later on I'll tell you, you'll understand in some time. Then we did what? We bundled them up. We put them together. We abolished the entire concept of three different laws. There is still one more. You might have heard in your life 4-5 years ago. Might have heard? Never ever? Local body tax. Never heard? Corporation is to charge. It was also a big tax in many corporations. You had octroi, remember? The purpose of octroi was whatever is coming physically in that location, jurisdiction, tax has to be collected. That was replaced by, instead of octroi naka or octroi, you can say that station, instead of that, it was converted into tax of LBT, local body tax. Cantonment or corporation would collect taxes on whatever the goods were physically coming in the jurisdiction. Again, irritating tax. Even they were asking for 1% on all of the tax rates. Again, indirect tax. Everything now got abolished, luckily. Okay. See, it is good from our point of view, but also headache. More headache means more income for us as professionals because we are handling those headaches. But still, there has to be some level of, you can say, quality of work. We should not just do donkey work because there is a work, isn't it? There was no quality of work, so now we have bundled all of these into one single tax, that is your goods and service tax. I hope you understood the picture behind it, why we needed that tax. Singapore was the first country, or there are many developed countries, those who have adopted the system almost 40 years back. Adopted 40 years back. This discussion started in 1997. Discussion. Governments, all of that keeps on happening. You do something good, I will criticize. You do something good, I will criticize. I will not support. Yes, this government did bold challenges or bold steps. It convinced the opposition also, but and then got everything in place. But I said the problem was what? Execution. You will see that also. Execution is horrible. Law is good, execution is horrible. Fine. Let us write down something. Chalega? Only I am talking. काय कळालं नाही तू बोलच काय आता नाही कळालं You have written goods and service tax, and chapter 1 is your introduction, isn't it? Yes, no? Features of indirect taxes. Features of indirect. Good, you asked. You have maybe something like this. Notes, you have something, correct? You have this. Check, no? I may be the only teacher who is telling you to refer ICM material properly. Okay, because it keeps on changing. So please, even if whatever is given to you, I am there for explanation part, to understand part. Theory, refer from ICM material. Okay. Addition to that, statutory update. Addition to that, revision test papers. Fine. That will be. I mean, everything will be done. At times when I was a student, okay, CA examinations, right? What happened? Tarikh pe tarikh, attempt pe attempt, again happens. The CA examination. So this was the only subject which you could not rely on the earlier attempts textbook. Are you following what I am trying to say? If at all a student has given more than one attempt, it can be for accounts or any other subject, EIS, SM, FM, whatever. He can use previous attempts, textbook, notebook very easily, no problem. GST or you can say indirect taxes at that time was the only subject where you could not even use books of the immediate last attempt, 6 months old. So always have to buy new book in every attempt because it keeps on updating or changes. So you can also take if you want extra as reference books. Okay, you may, you need not, but you may if you want. Okay, first reference ICS study material is well enough, but as a reference book if you want, you can inquire for Bangaria, Bangar, not Bangaria. That Bangar is somewhere else. Bangar for your indirect taxes. Okay, we used to refer for final level also. For your indirect taxes also, you have that book. This book is good. Okay. Right. Done till here? Understood a little bit? So check what all do you have as syllabus? Almost 10 chapters. Many of them are very small, so don't freak out. But check your weightage. Here do you see? Introduction, including constitutional aspects. And concept of indirect taxes, what you are learning right now, features of indirect taxes and all of that, that is chapter number 1, will be for 0 to 5%. It can or it not, minimum is not given 1% or 2%, but maximum 5% or 40 marks. Something or the other MCQ can be asked also. can be asked. Okay, done. Okay. Write down. Major source of revenue. Do you remember that pie chart? Pie chart we had seen in the first week of income tax. Pie chart. 1 rupee of income of government comes from where? Any idea? Completely forgot. 70% around. 70% of government's income comes from taxes. 70 to 80%. Okay, and in that 80%, majority is indirect taxes. Okay, majority is indirect taxes. So compared to direct taxes, indirect taxes gives you more revenue, because even a person of below poverty line is still spending. No, he may not be contributing to income tax, just like people like you. So many people like you not contributing to income tax but contributing to indirect taxes. Yes. Second, it is tax on goods as well as services. It is tax on goods as well as services. Next one. Burden of tax is shifted. Yes. Burden of tax is shifted. It leads to, next one, inflation. We are talking of features, not advantages. Correct? So it leads to inflation. The tax base, that is number of persons paying indirect taxes, tell me, is large or small? Is large. Large obviously in comparison of direct taxes, isn't it? Do you remember how many people pay income tax? Yes, good. Around 3 crore people out of 135 crore. कितना big जगह है ना? 8 crore is there. We had seen those statistics, no? 1 crore, 1 crore, I think salary return or something. Correct? Okay. They are regressive in nature. They are regressive in nature. That is, same tax rate for rich and poor. Same tax rate for rich and poor. Right? Everyone? Good. Next one. This is over. Right? Before GST, that is indirect taxes prior to 1/7/2017. मैं ठान ली क्या पोपट करने का खुद का? Happy birthday to GST. First, central excise duty. Central excise duty on goods or services? On goods manufactured. That means tell me your trader. Trader, you understand? Wholesaler. There is no concept of excise for wholesaler or retailer. Which taxes wholesaler retailer will pay? VAT. No, they are buying and selling. So when they sell, they have to collect VAT. Next one, service tax on services provided. Third, value added tax on sales within state. On sales within state, that is within means very good. Write down, very important. Intra means within. Done? Fourth, central sales tax on sales outside state, that is interstate sales. Between the state means interstates. Within the states means intra. रिफ्रेश हुआ. The above and many such indirect taxes were merged merged is also meaning as subsumed. Synonym subsumed means it became the part of. Were merged or subsumed into, very smart, GST. Can you sell goods on land? Isn't it? Can you sell goods on land? Obviously. Can you sell goods on air? Airplane. Yes. Airplane. Isn't it? If your ticket doesn't have, your airplane ticket doesn't have meal provided, and you purchase meal, food is good on the plane. Where is the transaction happening? Where is the transaction happening? In air. Yes or no? Similarly on that platform is on land, no? That platform is right now in air. Correct, no? Correct? So that is intrastate or interstate. You will check that about location of plane. No, it doesn't like that. It is not. All these cases, that's why are very, you can say, interesting. Railways, remember? Shh. especially long distance train. Yes, crossing to many states, correct? And you may not have packed like a Gujarati food for all 10 days, correct? So you may purchase food on the train itself, and every time the train may be in different states. So whether it is sold in the same state or the food was taken in Maharashtra and sold in Madhya Pradesh or what, that can keep on changing. So even that is kind of cases that where is the supply or sale happening. But even these are all the cases. Even in airplane, either it was then given by court case that whenever you are loading the food, loading, especially in railways also, that location will be taken as sale place wherever it is happening, whenever you are loading it. When you go to final level, then you will be dealing with case laws or case studies. So case laws discuss all of this. Okay? Done till here? Yes? Done? Let me give you some difficult case now. On water, cruise, ship, whatever, same thing on water. But then again, all of this comes in the transaction, not transaction, definition of India. India includes land, its territorial waters, continental shelf, okay, as well as airspace above the territory. That definition also given of India. Again, that oil, crude oil, and all of that was again extracted from India only. We have that very many things are given. On water, we have territory that nautical 12 nautical miles is Indian territory. But if you go deep in the ocean, it still spreads a little lot. Okay, and then you starts your international waters. Okay, pay attention. ABC Limited, let us take a manufacturer. Okay, VAT used to be levied on invoice price. Okay, now let us say his sale price is rupees 100 before taxes. Add what? Excise duty 10. This is how much now? 110. Add what? VAT, let us say. Let us take 10% of 110 is 11 actually. Therefore, the final invoice price will be your 121. Is it okay to you? Fine. Now pay attention. ABC Limited sold this to Mr. whatever P. Okay to you? Mr. P is the buyer. Now he may be a wholesaler or a retailer, whatever. That means he is just going to buy, find a good customer, do something on it or value add something, do some value addition on it, and then sell it to the next customer. Okay, till here? Fine. What is his purchase price? Good. His purchase price is 121. He did some value addition on the same. That means he increased the value of that goods. Increase the value means, do you understand? He increased the cost. And profit is there. Okay. He did something better in that good. You had, I think, that in costing you have an example. No? Okay, no, not that way. Assume there is again example of chair. Okay. Now the person on this entire process of chair, you have entire process happening. Let us say you have that boss chair, you know, the comfortable woolen, whatever, that cushion chair. If there may be a base of wood. So person we have just bringing the wood or buying the timber, doing something basic structure and giving to the next person. Next person may be joining some aluminum steels or whatever some other base to that chair and giving means selling to the next person, raw material, whatever. Now the next person will put some cushioning on it, some more labor work on it, covering it, and then giving it to the next person. So in all these stages, there is a value addition. Did you understand? In all this process, there is a value addition. Just like similarly in an assembly line of an automobile or a car. There is simple, just a basic structure of car. Then you put the fittings, electrical fittings, and then your engine is put. Then the steering wheel is put. Then all the entire body is put. Then you put lastly the seats and all of that, the shield, the glass and all of that. Then you paint and whatever it might be. So there is a big process or not. At every process over there, value addition is happening. But here I am seeing that from one person to another person, value addition is happening. Are you following here? So this person we have given this basic structure. Next person is doing some addition in it, giving to the next person. Giving means selling it to the next person. The next person now doing some more addition on that. Good. That is the meaning of value addition. Are you following, everyone? Okay. Okay. So his purchase price is what? 121. Assume now he has sold whatever timber or some aluminium to this person. Okay. Now he'll do some from that aluminium, he'll create a basic structure of the chair. So that is value addition. Let us take off 100. Fine. And that now value addition includes his profit also. As you looked earlier, value addition plus profits. Now before selling, his price is 221. Everyone looked earlier. Before taxes, he will also add both of it, correct? At least he will add VAT or not when he is selling, correct? Of 10% again, 22.1. I am rounding up to 22. How much is this?
243.
243. Yes, earlier. Now pay attention. Again, he may sell it to Mr. whatever, Z and all of that. His purchase price is what? Let us see, he is the final customer. How much did he buy it for? Rupees 243. How much taxes is collected in this 243? In this 243, how much taxes are collected? ED 10, excess duty 10. Yes, clear. VAT of earlier person 11. VAT of next person 22. 43 total. Yes or no? Correct. But here, tell me, how much value addition this person has done? This person had done 100. This person also had done 200. Are you following here? So in this 243, the value addition is only of 200. 43 is just the taxes. This much breakup. Could you understand? Okay. What is wrong in this? What is wrong in this? Just compare VAT of both the persons. What is it? Twice? That is taxed twice. It was taxed twice. You're talking of same process, same goods. Just simply compare value addition. First person value addition is 100. This much you understand value addition now? Everyone understands value addition? Next person's value addition is also 100. First person charged VAT only 11 something because that included excise duty. Next person charged VAT 22 for value addition of 100. So here you have charged double tax. Are you following here? Here you have charged double tax. So obviously if you do this tax on tax, if you keep on bringing the chain, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, there will be too much of tax or not? Are you following here? You're taxing the tax again. When you say VAT is 22 on 221, isn't it? Simple or no? VAT is 22 on 221. From where did you get this 221? It is also coming from 121, no? And this 121 has component of tax. You tax again. Understood or no? You're taxing the tax. Again, you're collecting double taxes from you. Understood or no? That's why we have the concept of no. No, pay attention. Somebody's sales should be somebody's purchase. Right? Everyone pay attention. Somebody's sales is somebody's purchase. Tax levied on sale. Are you following your? Tax levied on sale is known as output tax. Very important. Tax levied on sale is known as output tax. Simple concept, because output means the goods or services going out from the system. It is tax levied on output or sales is known as output sale, and tax whichever you are paying as a customer will be input tax. क्या बात? Clear or no? So tax paid for purchase of goods or services will be known as input tax. Clear? Write it down. Tax paid on tax levied or collected. Tax levied, you can say collected on sale is known as watch. Bachcho, output tax. Tax levied or collected on sale is known as output tax. And tax paid. Are you following what is happening? So who collects tax, seller or buyer? Seller. Seller will collect tax. Who will pay tax? Buyer. Very good. Tax paid by buyer on purchase is known as what? Input tax. Very good. Clear? Therefore, output tax of seller is क्या बात है? Very good. Is input tax of buyer. Clear till here? Fine. Now focus on Mr. P. Everyone, in the same example. Everyone pay attention. What was the duty of Mr. P? How much taxes to be collected on VAT? Let us focus on VAT. 21. What will it 22? 22. Mr. P collected 22 as VAT. What is supposed to do on the 22? Pay to the government. Very good. So that means it is his responsibility to pay or deposit tax to the government on the value, his own value addition. On his own value addition. But his value addition is only 100. VAT rate I have kept same of 10%. His own value addition is 100. So ideally he should be paying 10. Very good. Ideally he should be paying only 10. His responsibility is only to pay 10. How much did he collect from Z? 20. 22, sorry, correct. Has Mr. P already paid taxes to government? When? Very good. When Mr. P, now you understand the chain. Good. When Mr. P purchased from the company, this 11 rupees is paid by who? Mr. P. Thus ABC Limited paid that 11 rupees VAT in the name of or on behalf of Mr. P. Clear or not? Pakka. So Mr. P has also paid it earlier. 11 whatever VAT. And now P is collecting 22. Clear or not? So instead of paying 22 to the government, Mr. P will say what? It is like TDS credit. It is like TDS credit. I am supposed to pay government 22. I have already paid 11. The only balance 11 I will pay. And one, whatever 1 rupee difference is, it is not a big thing. That is because of excess duty happening. Following or no, everyone? Yes? So ultimately, how much Mr. P should pay? Only 11 rupees. Now tell me, can you identify output taxes of ABC Limited? Excise duty, it is also tax on sale. It is actually in production, sorry, but it is levied, correct? Then output tax of ABC Limited for VAT is 11. This 11 is also now what of Mr. P? That is input tax of Mr. P. Clear or not? Very good. Mr. P's output tax is 22. Mr. Z's input tax is 22. Mr. P's output tax 22. Mr. Z's input tax 22. Isn't it? So ideally we should be able to what? Set off the output tax from the input tax for that particular taxpayer. You following? Ideally why? Because you are paying the same types of taxes, paid also as well as collecting also, isn't it? Yes. So the set off, okay, this is have you understood now? Output tax minus input tax, that will be your tax liability. Okay. Another case, let us say, okay, ABC Limited, okay, manufacturer of computers. Everyone okay till here? And then there is a chartered accountant, a very small chartered accountant, or anybody business also you can take, not a problem. Fine till here? Now ABC Limited, again I am just giving for the sake of example, basic price before this sale, before the taxes is 100, excise duty, production, no? Correct? 10, 110, VAT 10%, everyone clear till here? Yes. Of 11 we have taken, final sale price 121. This went to this chartered accountant or whoever the trader might be. Purchase price is right now how much? 121. Clear till here? He may use it for his personal consumption or whatever. Fine. Or let us say he sells it now next. Let us take anybody else. He sells it now to the next person. Is it okay till here? And he is not liable for, you can say, VAT. CA, is he trading as such? No. But whenever he is doing any kind of, he is giving services, which taxes does he collect? Service tax, at least before GST scenario you are discussing. Service tax. Let us say whatever his sales from my figure might be, 100 rupees or 200 rupees, and then he is collecting service tax. Output tax, yes? Let us take it as 30 for the sake of example I am saying. Okay till here? Will we be able to reduce input tax from the output tax? No. The reason is they are separate taxes itself. They are what? Separate taxes itself. And very big challenge. This is central government and this is state government. And both of them did not cooperate with each other. This is income for central government, yes or no? If you reduce input tax, income is reduced of the government? Yes. No. This was income of which government? State government. So here obviously the central government used to say, why should we reduce our income and give you, I mean we should take credit because you got your money. This 11 rupees is gone to the government, state government. And central government used to say, why should we reduce from our output tax? Not allowed. It can be vice versa also. It can be vice versa also. Services given. Stage, I just write down symbols as stage number 1 of Mr. A first and Mr. B. Find here. Opposite case. Chartered accountant gave service to manufacturing company. Simple. What will he charge? Service tax? Yes or no? Output. Manufacturer, ठीक है भाई ट्रेडर लेता हूँ बस खुश ट्रेडर फाइन ट्रेडर buyer and seller. What will Mr. B charge to his from his customer? VAT at least on sale. Yes. Again, service tax. Whose income? Which government? Central government. VAT. Whose income? State government. Wasn't this the input tax for Mr. B? Service tax was input tax for Mr. B. But now, if we set off, whose loss is it? State government. So they were not allowing each other to set off their taxes from each other. कुछ समझ रहा है what I'm trying to tell you? पक्का? Because then you are reducing each other's income. And then 28, 30, 31, how many states now? 29 states, correct? And other union territories, right? 7. Fine. So they were not in consensus ad idem. Remember that? There was no same or similar thinking. That's why we had to bring all of them on. That was a challenge to bring these governments on one platform. All the governments, all the state governments and the central government, to have one uniform thinking and one uniform point of view. That let us allow each other set off. Mill baat ke khayenge. We will all will collect taxes and we will all share taxes with you. Are you following till here? All states, you tell me now, were not cooperating 100%. Why do you think so? All states were not cooperating 100% to GST. All states were not cooperating fully to GST because now look from the state government's point of view. This you can understand now on a higher level also. You think from state government's point of view. Is service tax state government's income? No. Is excise state government's income? No. What is only state government's income? VAT. Good. Now, VAT is levied on sales. Sales. Isn't it? That means production basically. Production. That's why those states which have a good sales or good production, they collected good revenue. Similarly, those states which were not so developed, they don't have too much of production or sales, they had less revenue, isn't it? So there is going to be gap. If you want to bring all the parties at same level, but before the same level there was a gap. Same states were earning very high level of income and same states were not earning that level of income. So there was a challenge. Are you following here? So the challenge was mainly from developed states. It was good from the point of view of undeveloped states, but we had to bring them at par. Are you following here? Because the state governments were losing on their revenue as well as autonomy also, independence a little bit. If tomorrow the state government decides there is a financial emergency in the particular state, they can increase the rates on their own. But now what is happening? Central government is also coming into picture in state government's revenue. Are you following here? So that was a challenge. Clear till the little bit? Yes. Right now. Siddhi understood? What is input tax? Buyer pays. Very good. We have an entire chapter on this, but before we read that chapter, we have to understand the concept. Input tax. Satya, what is input tax? So what is the meaning of input tax? Very good. Tax paid by buyer on purchase. Write down some points. Input tax means, Satya Bhaya hata. Input tax means tax paid on purchase. Example, tax on raw material. Tax on raw material. Right? Second, Satya Bhaya. Output tax means tax on output or sale. Example, tax levied on finished goods. Correct? Tax levied on finished goods. And third, most important, net tax payable should be what? You tell me now. Net tax payable should be what? Very good. अच्छा वो लॉजिक यूज किया, ठीक है. Less input tax. Remember that Mr. P's case, output tax was 1032, input tax was 11, value addition was only 10 or was only 100, isn't it? But he had collected 22 as taxes, correct? So he had to be given benefit of the taxes he had already paid, correct? Done? आधा पेपर लिखो क्या? आधा पेपर लिखो. Done, everyone? Right now. Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, wholesaler, Mr. B, retailer, Mr. C is customer. Fine. Let us take some figures. Gross is 10,000 plus tax of 10%, that is 1,000. Correct? And he pays what? 11,000 is his purchase price. He adds 10%, it can be 1,100. Correct? Done? Input tax for Mr. B is how much, Satya? Input tax of Mr. B is how much? Rupees 1,000. Mr. A will recover rupees 1,000 from, very good, and do what about it? Pay to the government. Therefore, this is important. Indirectly, who has paid tax? Very good. Indirectly, Mr. B has paid rupees 1000 tax to government, right? Everyone? Next line. When Mr. B sells goods to Mr. C, he will collect tax of rupees 1100, okay, from Mr. C. He is supposed to pay rupees 1100 to government, correct? However, what has happened? However, he has already paid rupees, yes, 1000 to government. Therefore, we will get credit. Therefore, Mr. B will get credit of rupees how much? Credit of rupees 1000 and payable will become 100. He will get credit of rupees 1000 and will pay only rupees, yes, 100 to government. So it is output tax is how much? 1100 minus input tax is 1000. That is your net tax payable. Next slide. When Mr. C pays tax on his sale, right now we have seen what Mr. C is what, customer or consumer, correct? If at all he sells, then again he will collect tax, and from Mr. C how much is the input tax? 1100. He will get credit of input tax of rupees 1100. Done. We'll take a break now. Why not? Obviously. Okay, take a break.